Spooky Scary Saturday. What's up, guys? I put my headphones on. Spooky Scary Saturday. I said we would do it. Let me turn my light on for you guys. Yeah. All right, y'all ready for some Spooky Scary Sunday? Let me get my headphones. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a horror short by Horror Shorts Party. Also, Corey Kenshin watches some of these videos a lot, and I really just went to the site, their YouTube channel, and I just picked one, just randomly for us to watch. So, before we start, as always, we're gonna start this same thing as Corey Kenshin. Go grab yourself a bottle of Coca-Cola, some barbecue chips, and a packet of Skittles. And with all being said, first video. All right, here we go. Already starting out creepy.
This all happened years ago.
Yo.
At that time, I was in my early teens. My parents and I went on vacation to New York that summer. We got an Airbnb somewhere in Manhattan, and we all had a lot of fun for the first couple of days. Then one night, we decided to visit Times Square. It was obviously a very popular spot for tourists. When we got there, it was already very crowded. It was hard for me to believe that so many people could be in one spot, and it made it difficult to navigate our way around. By that time, I was old enough to have a phone. Because of that, they didn't really mind if I went around by myself, just as long as I gave them notice of where I was and made sure not to leave the area completely. So,
I have a phone
while my
right now,
parents
my
looked at
parents
stuff that I wasn't really interested in, I strolled around and took a lot of photos of different things that caught my eye. During that night, there were all kinds of people around. Tourists, locals, homeless people, cops, drunkies, druggies, performers. There were even people dressed up in costumes. There was everything that you would expect to see in Times Square. I saw a lot of interesting people, but there was one person in particular that caught my eye. It was someone dressed as Mickey Mouse, but there was something strange about this Mickey. The face of the costume looked off. It was honestly kind of creepy, which felt strange for a Mickey costume. He looked so strange that I couldn't help but stare at the guy, and the more I stared at him, the creepier and weirder he looked. Then it got even eerier when I noticed that the guy was staring back at me out of everyone else that was there. The whole situation was so weird and freaky. I just stood in my one spot having a stare-off with Mickey Mouse. I was just about to turn around and look at something else when out of nowhere, the Mickey Mouse started charging towards me. Then he started screaming and yelling in my face.
Pay me for taking a picture!
I tried to tell him that I hadn't done anything, but he just kept yelling and accusing me of taking a photo of him.
That'll be 20 bucks!
Skip out.
Pay up, now!
I started shitting bricks. The guy was a psycho. I tried to break free from his hands, but he wouldn't let me go. He just kept telling me to pay him over and over again. After several seconds of struggling, I finally managed to break free and run off into the crowd. Everyone watched me in awe as I sprinted away from the maniac. I thought for sure that Mickey was going to chase after me, but as I looked back, he was just standing there, staring at me. I somehow found my parents a few meters away taking pictures of the skyscrapers, and I decided that I wouldn't tell them about what happened. I didn't want them to worry, so I just shook it off and pleaded with my parents to head home early. They were reluctant to go at first, but I managed to convince them, and my dad got us an Uber back to the Airbnb. I just decided to sweep the whole incident under the rug and act like it never happened. Later that night, when everyone was asleep, I tossed and turned in my bed. I was having trouble sleeping as I kept having nightmares about the Mickey Mouse. It was still the creepiest thing that I had ever seen. Every time that I was about to fall asleep, a picture of that creepy mask would flash in my mind, and I would get startled awake. Then, to make it all worse, I started hearing noises in my room. I tried to just ignore them and go to sleep, but I kept hearing them more and more. I assumed that they were only creaks and wanted to just sleep it off, but it was hard not to listen to them. Then the noises got even louder.
No one's looking, bro.
I suddenly woke up in fear and jolted up in my bed. I was sure that there was something in my room by that point. I could feel my heart beating faster and faster as I looked around to see what could be making all of the sounds. Then I saw something in the corner of my room masked in the darkness. It looked like the same scary-ass Mickey Mouse standing there and
Alright, for the last one of the day, this is called 6 Creepy Horror Story Animations. Now, this is by MGV Animation. Mysterious man is standing outside and trying to enter my house.
My name is Pascal.
Bro.
I'm 22 years old now, but this event happened 3 years ago when I was 19.
19? Oh, you're an
It
adult.
happened in the middle of the night when my parents were
Most of
away
these are
for an
like
important company
younger,
meeting.
like teens or something.
The company was kind of far away from where we lived, so I stayed home by myself
Well,
while
I
they
mean,
were
that's not that
gone.
bad. You're 19.
One time,
Almost
while I was
16.
at home alone, I looked out the window randomly and froze.
Ugh, Michael Myers?
There was a tall man, almost dressed entirely in black. He was wearing a tuxedo and
Bro, kinda
holding
looks like
a
the
kitchen knife.
Michael Myers.
This guy was standing right outside of the door, looking at me.
Ugh.
He wasn't laughing at all, and his head was twitching continuously. "Sir, please get off our property, otherwise I'll call the police." I opened the window
you
and
got a
told
house
him.
yet?
Then the man replied, "Oh, you can do that if you want, as long as you don't look away."
Ugh.
Because of this
Bro.
strange attitude, I felt anxious.
Y'all watch Corey
so
Kenshin's
I
videos,
grabbed
bro.
my cell
Don't look
phone
away.
and called the police. But when I looked
Bro
out
looks
the
away
window again,
instantaneously. That's
he
crazy.
was gone.
He ran
That
into the
very
house, bro.
moment,
He's in the house.
I heard footsteps coming from
Yup.
downstairs.
He gone.
I suddenly
He's
remembered
in the
that I
house.
forgot to lock my garden door, so it was still open.
Nah.
I thought I was
How'd
gonna
you open
die
the
at
door?
first, but then I pulled myself together. I got my bat and looked down the stairs, slowly, trying not to make
Don't
a
grab
sound.
that. Don't fight him, bro. He got a knife.
There he was. He was just staring
The
at
door
me.
closed.
He didn't move, but said, "I told you not to look away."
Nah, that's crazy.
A few moments later,
Why is
we
the door
heard
so weird,
sirens. The man still did not move. But then he suddenly changed his mind and walked over to me. I tried to swing my bat toward him. I was so scared.
All right.
I couldn't do anything except scream.
Nah.
The police broke down the door. One policeman tried to arrest him, and the other one tried to take the knife away from him. But the man resisted.
Dong, bro.
He was
That's
strong.
crazy.
Even though he was outnumbered, they couldn't stop him. They threatened to shoot him in the foot, but he
They're gonna kill
didn't
him.
care. Furthermore, he attacked the two policemen, and they tumbled down to the ground. I ran to one of the rooms and slammed the door shut, but he kicked in the door. When the door opened, I could see his face, and I will never, ever forget that moment.
Bro, sprint. Get
However,
out.
at that very moment, the police caught up to him and shot his foot. The guy started screaming in pain. Shortly after that, he managed to jump outside of a window and disappeared. The policemen chased after him, but unfortunately, they failed to arrest him. I never saw that guy again.
Right through his
I'm
bone, I
glad
think.
that I survived that incident, but I
Hey.
also feel nervous that he'll
How
come
do
to
you?
my
How
house
are you
again.
running after that?
From that day on, I always made sure I locked all the doors and windows.
Ugh. Okay.
When I was a
thought there was more to
teenager,
that. Oh my
I would
god.
often explore the deep web with my friends, specifically weird stuff on Hidden Wiki. There were definitely a lot of links
Oh
to
my
choose
gosh, bro.
from. I
That
never
was
clicked on the violent links because I'm not into that. My friend Latrice
That was
told
crazy.
me
I was so scared.
At least this wasn't a
I
true
couldn't
story.
do anything
I mean, if
except
it's not,
scream.
comment.
The police
If it
broke
is,
down the
but, like-
door. One policeman tried to arrest him, and the other one tried to take the knife away from him. But the man
That's
resisted.
actually crazy.
He was strong.
Please do your boy a favor and subscribe. Sorry for being cringy for those of you that do know me. Now you know me, so this is the first video I've ever done without my mask. But yeah, so please subscribe and like, and even better, comment which next scary video I should do. Hopefully I don't get copyright claims from like 3 different people, because I really want to react to this. I swear, bro, when I upload this video, it's going to get copyright claimed. But, hey, don't copyright claim me. And anyways, for those of you that like my videos, please, let's get to 1,000 by the end of the year. Let's go. Alright, please comment down below which scary video I should do next for Spooky Scary Sunday. I know this isn't Sunday, or maybe it is Sunday. Is it Sunday? I don't know if it's Sunday, but when you guys see this, it might be, like, Monday or something.